Erik too. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Divine Brothers podcast. Starting a little late today. I'm sorry, guys. I had an emergency I had to deal with. I had an early morning massage that I had to go and make. And I'm sorry it dragged on a little bit because they were trying to fix my chi. I had a blockage and it was an emergency situation. I had to take care of that shit. But I got to tell you, man, when a Chinese man who has a long Mr. Miyagi beard tells you that you have a chi blockage and then he does some wacky shit to your neck, you feel pretty good afterwards. So I think it was a justified emergency. So sorry about that, everybody. It had to be done. How's it
But
going? How's everyone doing?
well, that's why you're in China, the ancient medicine, man. That's what I would go and do as well.
Yeah, it was some serious shit. He lifted me by the neck. I was hanging by my head,
Yeah.
you know? And he said, yes, your chi is out of alignment,
He
you
was
know?
enjoying it a little bit too. He likes strangling Americans, but he also tries to help. It's like it's both. It's both for him.
I see Chase has always enjoyed the pain videos. Like he loves watching the chiropractors break people, where they're screaming in agony on YouTube. And so
It's
I can't
just one.
watch that.
There's just one that I really. It's just one.
I, I can't watch that stuff, man. It's too painful. Like I feel like I am in the body feeling their pain, you know? It's
It's just one. And he goes, "Are you doing all right?" He goes, he just kept snapping his back. He definitely wasn't doing okay, man. He was in pain.
Why is it that there's so much pleasure in seeing other people like just writhe in pain? Like I think you get more pleasure than anybody from that chase. Why? Why do you like that?
Because we all have an innate bloodlust and it's been neutered out of us. Fucking women running shit, but you have to acknowledge it. Like sometimes you got to see some pain and enjoy it. Look, good violent fight, like a gladiator games, like that keeps the people in check, man. It does. You got to get it somewhere. And if you don't, things fall apart. Revolutions start.
I will say, if I could see anything, it would be a gladiator match.
No, fuck
Like
yeah.
I would
Fuck yeah.
love to see, like, and I'm not talking like one of the like just the slaughter. Like I wouldn't want to see like, let's have the Lions fuck up some
No, I
Christians.
want the champ
I want
champ.
like champs. Yes, I want to
Yeah.
see like the top dudes go toe to toe. Everyone's got money at the Coliseum. Like that would be an all timer
Fuck yeah.
for a historical moment, man. So yeah, I think we do have a little bloodlust in us, and it can be. I'm glad that we got to the point where we didn't have to kill each other, but a good UFC fight where they throw it down. Like I watched the highlights from that match, the
It's
matches you were
great.
telling me about.
Great match.
Solid,
Great.
solid,
It's
like
great.
good fight. You know, there's something about a fist going to the face that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. How did you feel about those fights, man?
This was a really solid card. Our boy, our samurai guy, he's
Yep.
fighting this fight, and it's 3 round fight. First, this Yuri Prohaska, the first 2 rounds, I have never seen him more. I was like, your peak is gone. Like it was so
Mhm.
boring, and I don't know what they told him in the corner. Like, you just stop thinking, just stop thinking. I think it's exactly what they said. Stop thinking and throw whatever you. And then he won, and it was brutal. I punch you, you punch me, I punch you. It was like that's he thrives and he's a king of chaos. It's where he's comfortable. Chaos,
Yeah.
he is zen in the chaos. It's fascinating. I've never seen a man otherwise.
I don't think I've ever seen you want somebody to be champion more than this guy.
He
You
was
know what I Yeah.
short-lived. Every single fight he's had in the UFC, Dean, has ended in a KO. It's either him knocking him out or him getting knocked out.
Yep. Um,
It's
yeah.
admirable. It's fucking
Mm.
admirable, man. God.
This is the problem, like with the NFL these days and stuff like that. They took away the blood. They took
Yeah.
away the real hits. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen those old 1970s like most vicious hits? There were these dudes. Like there was this one guy I started watching. His name was Kermit Washington. Kermit. His name was Kermit, man. Big old black dude from the 70s.
Yeah.
Chase. I think he killed a few people. Like the way they would hit, like they would just be on the ground with like their hands up like a dog, You know what I mean? Like shaking a little. And I was just like, oh my God. This Kermit Wash, I got into like a rabbit hole on him. They asked him, like, he got summoned to court, like, because there was all these gambling allegations. And they're like, is there a criminal element in your team? And he was like, yeah, there is. There is a criminal element in the team. Like, what? He just admits it. He just admits it. Like, we fucking, they would stomp on people when the refs weren't looking, like just dirty, nasty. He was a Steeler, I think, a Steeler, like an old Pittsburgh Steeler sort of dude. Like, oh, it's nasty.
They had one of
It's
those
cool.
old school interviews with a guy like that. It's like 60s, 70s football. And they're interviewing one guy. He's like, yeah, it was raining and there's these huge puddles on the field and you can almost drown. And it goes over to the running back like that motherfucker tackled me and pushed my head in the fucking puddle. I couldn't breathe for 30 minutes, or 30 seconds. I thought I was going to die. And the guy's like, yeah, it was a rivalry game. I was like, oh my God.
Hey, in high school, I'm sorry, Austin, I'm off on a tangent here. Who was the dirtiest player on your high school team, Chase? Mm. Who
It,
was there somebody who was dirty?
You guys
You
know him,
know,
and dirty's not the proper term. His name was
Mm.
Adam Elmore. He was a tall, lanky guy with if he was
Really?
if he had a 50 more pounds, he would have been in there. He loved to hit. And he
Ah,
wasn't dirty. He would hit you. And if he got I watched him kick a guy in the head in one game and he got kicked out. But after he kicked him, he was like, damn it. It's just he gets lost in the energy of the moment. Like it's chaotic. It's chaos, and he'll get lost in it. But
he's
it's
got
not
anger.
intentional. It's not intentional, like to injure.
Is he just angry? He's an angry dude. Is that what it is?
No,
No.
he's an unstable man. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a little story. I don't actually I probably shouldn't tell it. Maybe I could tell it under the bracket of allegedly, but he plays like adult soccer. And it's my understanding this guy was like being very aggressive towards him, and allegedly he was on top of this guy and shoved his thumbs into his eye sockets, and
Oh my God.
yeah. So I think
Holy shit.
this guy might have anger issues. And to be fair, he's a perfectly nice person most of the time, but he definitely has some deep anger inside of him.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
He's super tough dude, but kind of brittle. Like he had a lot of injuries, but never bitched about it. Never went looking for a fight, but he would finish one. He would finish
See,
one.
that's interesting. Chase, have you ever seen red? Like, have you ever been taken, by the emotion of anger?
Yeah.
Because I don't think that's ever happened to me. It's not anger that takes me. It might be frustration. It might be like like a not it's not rage like I want to kill you. It might be like I want to psychologically hurt you, like with my words, but not physical must kill you rage. That's happened to you?
It's not the kill. It's just like, I don't care if I injure you or,
Mm,
it's just like, I want to see you writhing in pain. Like I want to see you on the
mm,
ground.
mm,
Yeah. Hurting. Yes.
mm,
Not often. That's
Damn.
super, super rare. And it was always in sports. So,
Wow. Wow. Hey, speaking of which, have you guys heard about what happened to Jordan Peterson?
mm-mm.
You hear about this? He's been hospitalized. He has sepsis and apparently he's gone mental. Like completely mental. His daughter says he's possessed by a demon.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got a sepsis story. Dude, sepsis is no joke, man.
Sepsis is what is that exactly?
It's some horrible infection where you get overheated. Like you just turn up and you can die if you don't cool
Mm.
down. We got this guy. This guy was valedictorian. It's counseled one.
Yeah.
Valedictorian, full engineering scholarship, graduates, high paying job, gets sepsis, hospitalized for 2 weeks. They couldn't get the temperature down. Comes out, there's something called post sepsis syndrome where your brain just gets fried and it
Oh.
works until you have to critically think. So, oh, I got to pay the bills. It's like, fuck, it hurts. How do you add?
Oh,
He
what
was
a
an
curse.
engineer making 150K plus to I can't pay my bills. I can't sign
Wow.
up for it was, and it was just like, man, I used to be like you, Chase. I used to be smart. And I'm like, dude, he's smart. It was so, you want to talk about feeling for someone, Austin? That broke me. It was hard to talk to him because, like, dude, this guy did everything right and he got sick. And now he knows he's stupid. Like, you have the capacity and now you don't. It is probably the worst. And if that's what's happened to Peterson, I guarantee you right now is I'm not smart anymore. What the fuck do I do? Like
Uh,
he can't process like he could before, and now he's gone. Can you imagine that being 160 and all of a sudden you got like a 110 IQ? It'd break you.
that's the ultimate. I remember there was there's that classic thing that happens with like samurai training and stuff where they'll blindfold somebody. You know, like you take away the most precious thing you have, right?
Mm.
Like you take away sight or you take away hearing and stuff like that. And it's a way to hone your other senses, but intelligence, that's the ultimate. Like to lose your capacity to think. Chase, you remember Baldur's Gate? I'm tossing really deep cut here. In the second one, there was this really interesting moment where you had to like you're this demon is fucking you up and you have to like lose some of your skills. Like you have to lose a point of intelligence or wisdom or strength or constitution and stuff. And I remember I would always choose intelligence because I was never like a wizard or whatever, but it would say like you lose your intelligence and it would say your mind is less cluttered with facts and everything flows easier as you go into and you're just like I never would have thought it's like the next level way of looking at it, you know what I mean? Like I wonder if there is a a or nirvana at the end of that for that guy, or if Peterson, if he actually did lose his intelligence, if he would get to a place of peace, or if it is just hell. You know what I mean? Like that's a tough one, man. That's
And
a really tough
I
one.
think it can go either way, and the odds are
Oh
in favor
yeah,
of
yeah,
hell. Odds are in favor. You're going to hell at least temporarily. You could stay there forever. Yeah.
but would it be worth it to make it to heaven if you didn't have a little passage through hell? You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't really know what you got if you didn't go through the valley of the shadow of death. You know what I'm
Dude, I
saying?
think you have to, right? Even Jesus went to
I
hell.
know.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. 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 He did go to hell. People forget about that. He was
he
in hell
did.
for a few days.
He was.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was talking, it's funny, I'm playing uh Baldur's Gate 2 right now. It's kind of funny. But I was talking this, you haven't heard this story in the US, Dean. It's this black teacher from South America. He's faked his PhD and he was running Iowa for the educational
Yeah.
department.
You told me. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's all over the news. So this job I'm getting with this Indian tribe, um, you can tell
Like we're gonna check your credentials. You know. Yeah.
I've had three references. All three of them have called me, and then the rest of times they've texted me. They're like, dude, this is the third person calling me wanting to talk. Like it's levels now. Like, all right, you're cleared. Next level. All right, we're even more thorough. Next level. All right, we're gonna
Yep.
do it again. It's like that guy has fucked everything up to the point I haven't lied on any of my stuff, but now I'm wondering if I did. I'm like, damn, did I really work there that long? It's like,
Yeah.
it's it's a little scary, dude. It makes me kind of wonder. I wonder if they'll find something because I've
And
never gone through.
with the AI, it's even worse
Oh, it's
because
horrible.
everybody's doing they're bullshitting all the AI shit. It's
Oh,
all fucking shit.
oh,
You know.
I'm going through the record, dude. But here's the other thing. I had three references. It's funny. I used a woman. She gave me a good reference, but she just texted me, oh, blah blah blah. Man, you be careful who you pick for your references because she was just like,
Oh.
yeah, and I don't know, but I have a feeling you might have voted for Trump. And I was
Oh, what a thing to say.
Yeah, and we had a good convo about it, but it's still I was just like there was hesitation when she got that call. She was just like, yeah, I don't know about this guy's character because of his political leans. And I was like, damn, dude, I got to be careful. I got to be
Yep.
careful. Fuck.
One thing,
That hit hard. I was like, I shouldn't make misreads with references. She gave me a good
let
one,
me
but
tell you,
still.
I've written a lot of letters of recommendation over the years, you know, because I got kids trying to get into Ivy League and shit like that, you know, and I have it as a policy. I will never, ever, ever be honest in a letter of recommendation. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna tell you like this kid shit or this
Yeah.
just because it'll fuck them over. It'll fuck them over. They're like, oh, he said that he was kind of mediocre, so pass. You know what I mean? Like, it's just you don't fuck people over on recommendations. You just don't. It can fuck up their whole life. You know, it's not fucking worth it.
Yeah. And on top of that, what you said about Asian people and their desire for vengeance, like they probably get back to you eventually.
Maybe. Yeah, that could possibly happen, you know. I actually, Chase, they're checking all this shit, but I think that the AI thing is a real fucking problem because I watched this video on this, and you know what's happening with the AI. You can tell it like, hey, write an article about like brain chemistry that lines up with psychology, something beautiful that could be published easily. What's happening is that the AI is citing other AIs. So like if an AI wrote something that wasn't fact checked or whatever like that, it'll see it. An AI had published this online. It'll use the source from the AI. So what happens is you get these bullshit loops where, oh, well, there's a source that confirms it, but the source is AI, you know? So like people are so scared now that everything is bullshit, And I don't blame them,
Dude,
I think so too.
I got my degree, my PhD in 2019. Transcripts, say 2019, all the official documents, 20, like the degree itself, the one you hang on the wall, 2020. And
Hmm.
it's just it's fucking tire retarded shit. Like my other buddy got
Mm.
it later the same year. He's like, they fucked up the year. I'm like, yeah, they fucked up the year. So it's just it's a fuck up, and I wonder, like,
Makes everybody wonder, like, this
yep,
isn't lining up
yeah,
properly.
it's fucking.
Hmm.
It's like I don't want to say anything. I'm like, it. I mean, if they can
I think
search all
also
the,
though, like once you've got this legit job, I think that shit is done. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, you're in the
okay,
system. You're in the system.
yeah,
You're in the
yeah,
system
in
as
this
official. Yeah.
because I feel like that's kind of how it is in China. Like, it was a bitch to get things going over. I had to get FBI background checks, all this stupid shit, you know. But after that, easy, no fucking problem.
All right,
Never
but
had an issue.
this is what I was telling Austin. This is what I don't like. I I'm in good graces with all these people. We're cool. In fact, I would lean more toward they owe me.
Right,
These people have been bothered so much now. It's very clear that I owe them. Like this
right.
was just I thought this was just a hey, you're my friend, I got you back. I'll sign off on this. They're bothering these people at this point. Here's another form. I owe them now. And I'm like, dude, if I knew this, I probably wouldn't have done it. Like this is
Dude,
fucked up. This is really fucked up. That
is
piece of shit in Iowa fucking did all this. Punch that fucker in the face if I ever see
let
him.
me tell you, man, this is exactly what we were. This is a perfect opportunity for what we were talking about last week. A letter, a thank you. You got to do it to all of them.
God damn
You
it,
have
you're right.
to. You have to. You got to send them. I mean, it would be even better if it was a physical letter where you're just like, dude, thank you. I know this was fucking annoying. I know that this was way beyond. You can even explain it. It's all because of the fucking news and all that. You know how tense it is today and all that sort of shit. And at least they would be like, thank you, fucking said something. Thank you. And that's going to even shit
Yeah,
out.
that's a really good
That'll
point.
make it some.
It's a
You
lot
got
of
to do it.
work though. Think I'll just
You
get
got to
AI?
do it.
Think I should get AI to write them for me?
You can do AI
I'm
if you
joking.
check
I'm
it. That's
joking.
what I
I'm
always
joking.
tell my students, man. You
Yeah.
gotta, they just hand in the AI. I'm like, bitch, you've got to check this shit. It's not, it doesn't fucking sound like you
Yeah.
barely speak English
Yeah.
and you're submitting this shit, So I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see what fucking happens. By the way, what kind of thing are you playing in Baldur's Gate? Who you being? What are you doing?
Authentic. All right. So Chase is a true neutral, but Chase in Baldur's Gate is with chaotic leaning. So I'm a chaotic neutral and my whole party's evil. And it's fucking great. It's fucking we're robbing people, kicking little kids, fucking taking shit that we don't need, and then helping out on occasion, like to confuse
Oh
people.
shit.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I got a
Heck yeah.
halberd, that big fucking axe.
Oh, yeah.
Just cutting heads off. There was a point where I have the orc demon guard, and I can choose to free him from his demon
Oh yeah, I forgot
or
about
make
that.
him even
Yeah,
more evil, and I made him more evil. So, you're gonna be
yeah.
because he gets a really cool sword. So, yeah.
See, that's the fun of it all, man.
Why
One
is
day,
being evil better than being good? Good made me a little nauseous. Like
are we talking about in the game?
it's interesting because when you look at those alignments in the D&D,
Hmm.
lawful good, lawful neutral, lawful chaotic, no. Well, there's
Yeah,
three.
yeah, 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 yeah.
The ones that bother me the most are the extremes. chaotic, evil, and lawful good. And I would say lawful good people, the ones like this is the law, this is the right, they bother me more than anybody. Like I
Right,
cannot stand people like that. I
right.
can't. There is, it's just they're not. I cannot be around them. I'm like, God, they're supposed to be the good ones, right? But I can't extend. I can't handle extremes. I cannot.
I used to like doing lawful evil, like the idea of like you work within the system to do evil,
Absolutely.
like dude, it's so much fun. I like playing that
I've
sort of
always
shit.
seen you as a lawful neutral, like Dean, real Dean, probably a more lawful neutral.
Probably,
Yeah.
probably,
Looking out
yeah.
for yourself, but you're not trying to fuck everyone over. You're trying to do it by the
Ah,
books, and you believe in structure and education.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Austin,
Yeah.
what are you, man? What's your alignment?
We talked about this before you got on. I think he's chaotic good to neutral good.
Yeah, chaotic good, neutral good, for sure. Though I'm not totally familiar with the archetypes like you guys are. I guess it's a Baldur's Gate thing
That's a
or
great
This
D&D
is
question.
thing.
D&D. This is D&D, man. Like it goes from you got good, neutral, evil, and each one has chaotic, neutral, and lawful. But have you? I'm surprised in all your time you never like had a board games friend or anything like that, Austin.
No, I never did any of that. I was never big into like role-playing games. I had friends that did that stuff, but yeah, I was
I
just never
I did
introduced.
I did it one time. I did D&D one time in my life, and it was so much fun. We had a blast. We were drunk the entire time. Had a blast. I was a half elf, half dwarf. That was the product of rape, and I became a I became a bard, right? And I was singing and dancing, and then I got bit by a demon and became a vampire, and I started like eating little children, stuff like that. Like it was fucked up, but it was great. Like I had a great time with that, man. I was trying to hide the fact I was a
Ooh,
vampire from people, and everybody was suspicious.
what the
You
fuck
know,
is the
like
point of a bard, right? They sing and tell stories to inspire. Is that the
see, in Baldur's Gate, bards suck, but in real life, they're awesome.
what do they do?
Like they can do there's two things they can do. They can inspire you, which means that you get extra dice roll, so like you get more chance to hit, so it really helps out your partner. And the other thing is you got crazy high charisma. So you can just like bullshit your way through any situation. Just lie and you can avoid so many fights just because you're bullshitting with the charisma, and all that sort of stuff. It was a lot of fun, man. I really had fun with that.
Let me ask
And
you
I'm
this.
telling you,
Would you take the
Baldur's Gate 3 is
intelligence?
awesome.
Would you take intelligence or charisma? High in which one?
Charisma,
Yeah.
charisma,
Easy, right?
charisma.
Easy call. Yeah.
Definitely. That's who I am, man.
What about
Charisma,
charisma or wisdom?
charisma, charisma. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
yeah. Listen, listen. If we're really giving ourselves stats, Chase, we're high constitution, high strength,
Agility,
charisma.
not so much.
Yeah,
Yeah, charisma. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But my fucking dexterity is like two.
Uh,
It's just like my intelligence. I don't know,
we hide
8.
that pretty well.
My wisdom maybe 9. Like that sort of shit. I'm not hitting 18. I'll put it to you that way. So yeah, it was fun stuff, man. I really had fun with those. I'm glad you're still playing. It's funny how you stick to those old games. Like they're really good.
It's truly a fantastic game. One of the greatest games of all time. I don't want to play a game where it's turn-based though. It bothers me. I've played one game in my life where it's turn-based and I turned it off. I was like, this is fun. I like the chaos of everything going on at once. I like you
I
can
understand.
randomly kill someone and barely survive instead of turn by turn where it's so I hate it. I hate it, man.
Mm,
I can't play it.
mm.
I wish you could turn it off. Why can't you just fucking turn it off and play the game either way? Why don't they give you a
I
fucking
totally
choice?
understand. I totally understand. But one day you got to break through that shit. You got to stop being so
I don't want to.
stubborn.
Maybe I don't want to, you know?
Hey, okay, change the topic. All right. Have you guys listened to Nick Fuentes? You know who I'm
Nah,
talking about?
I've heard a clip of his and it's just well, a little too racist for me. It's like too strong for
Okay.
me, you know?
Okay.
I was like, you're making some good points about the brothers, but good God, man, you're going over the top. They're not that bad. Stop this. Jesus.
Austin?
Yeah, dude, I saw I was kind of aware who he was many years ago before he popped off, and I was extremely surprised that he did get any traction at all. And I noticed one day on my YouTube, there's all these dudes that were uh talking about the Jews, and they're
Yeah.
making like entire videos about like how the Jews call us the Goya, they call us animals, and that like at the end of times they're gonna get slaves by the Goy, like we're gonna be the Jews slaves and stuff. And it was a pretty wild confluence of YouTube videos I really didn't ask for. I was like, has YouTube gone anti-Jewish? And Nick Fuentes was one of those people. And it's like it was very confusing, man. And I don't want to be too conspiratorial, but it doesn't feel organic. Like one day, like all this anti-Jewish stuff was on YouTube. I was like, where did this come from? Since when do they allow this stuff to exist? But yeah, no, I don't. I've definitely heard of him, but I think he really became famous when he went on Alex Jones with Kanye West. I think that was the first time that a lot of people found out who he was. Remember when
Yeah.
Kanye West was like, "I love Hitler"? Did you ever watch
I
that
don't remember.
interview?
No.
I've heard about it, but I didn't watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was so funny because you had two relatively extreme people with the most extreme guy ever. And Alex Jones is like, I think what you mean is, as a good Christian, you have to like love everybody, right? And he was like, he wouldn't explain himself, and he made everyone very uncomfortable because I guess you can't say that you love Hitler, not in this day and age, not anymore. It
No.
flew in
I think
1943, but
you think like every generation has their like just their crazy dude, like their famous crazy dude, who he's that's just who he is, man.
Town
There's
drunk.
the
Got him. Right? You got
Yeah,
it.
the village idiot. You know what I mean? Yeah, like that reminds me. There's my favorite Austin Powers line where he's justifying. He's like, "Yeah, I had sex with her. She was the village bicycle. Everyone had a ride." You know? Like,
That seat of the fire
oh, look
working
at you.
What, Eric? What are you doing, dude? What are you
from
doing?
there track the individual
Well, you got
that
the
caused
TV on. Why do you got the TV
this
on?
tragedy. Can you hear me? Oh, I guess part of
Yeah, yeah, we hear you. Eric's joining. He's technology illiterate apparently. So, but yeah, village idiot, Dean. Yes, that's kind of important. To,
Yes, definitely. And
well,
actually, I want to get.
he does feel
Go
like a
ahead.
prop though. He does feel like he's put there. He why is he in my feed now all the time? And it's a
Well,
very and he's a little shit. He's a little shit. And he's talking a lot of
that's
shit. He's talking a
so. I'm
lot of
trying to
shit for
figure out
being a
the
little
deal.
shit. I'm like, you crazy. Fucking
I
nuts.
just because I started watching Dave Smith a bit because ever since he trounced Douglas Murray all those months
I like
ago and
Dave Smith.
stuff.
Yeah.
And he was on there the other day, and this was my first introduction to him. And I was just like, "Who the fuck is this guy? Do you know how huge he is? He
Smith?
is no, 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 Fuentes, whatever his
Oh,
name.
oh yeah.
Millions.
No.
He's fucking
Really?
Charlie Kirk. I
Really?
couldn't believe it.
No, he's not
Huge.
Kirk. No.
Oh, massive, massive. I was like, holy shit, this guy is a giant force. I had no idea. Apparently, like especially among young men and stuff like that, he's number one.
Is he
They
really?
fucking love him.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I had no idea. I know what you mean though. He's got a punchable face. And there's something about him that I'm like, I'm not really liking your look,
I need to
you
listen
know?
to him. I've heard one clip and I was not impressed. I need to
Eh,
give it a rewind, man.
eh,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think I don't think he's like super intelligent. I think he's reasonably smart, and I think he articulates a lot of like common sense things. But he also has some extreme views about like minorities and Jewish people. But
is this
eventually, he's
better?
like,
Can you guys hear the TV? Sorry.
Yeah, we hear the TV, man. What are you doing?
Uh,
This guy,
Jesus Christ.
what is this guy? Does he live in a one-room shack? What's his deal?
but it's
yeah,
like,
well, I have a monitor and it's in the same room. I'll just go on my phone in the other room. I'll be back soon.
Okay.
okay,
I got noise removal on, but I guess it's not working.
Sounds all right now.
We don't hear it now. Did you do something?
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
it seems to be okay. Yeah.
it's because it got vastly turned down.
Oh, yeah, you're good now.
Good.
You're good.
You good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, welcome.
Yeah.
Nick, Eric. Eric, do you know who Nick Fuentes is?
Ah, Jesus. That's this guy.
This
Nick
guy.
Yeah.
Nick Fuentes. Why does that sound familiar?
No, he's out of the loop,
No,
man.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. All right. All right.
I have a
yeah.
question, Eric. We were just talking about this earlier. Eric, when you played high school football at Grissom, who was the dirtiest player on the team that you ever saw?
Like,
Maybe he'll
can you
say
define dirty? Because there's multiple
stomp on,
forms of.
like stomp on somebody when it's when the play's over, kick them in the head, that sort of thing.
Hmm. Ryback, he sucked. Mitros was kind of a dick. Um,
I know these people.
I don't know. I remember Rybacky forever because he tried to stick a thumb up my ass when I was at the bottom of a pile. He was making coach was making me run the same run play. They said he was like they're like you're the fastest, even though I wasn't the fastest. I was just the fastest that they were willing to get destroyed to teach them what to do. So it was like the second or third time we ran the same play, so they knew exactly where I was going. It's the whole play just crush Erik. Erik's the fast running back we're getting ready for. Let's destroy him. And I was at the bottom of a pile. Mitros was on top of me. I think like Ryan Knoll and maybe Brandon Craig. Brandon Craig hit really hard too, but uh yeah, Ryback anyways, all of a sudden I just felt like a thumb, like a very, very strong thumb. Like it was so strong and it was just looking for my butthole. I could feel him wiggling around in there trying to fucking, so I just quenched tight and started fucking jerking. I got out of there.
I'm
But
glad you have
dude,
such a vivid recall of that. Seems like you've relived
dude,
it many
yes, I
days.
knew it was him because he was looking at me and talked shit after it, bastard. I had tattooed. Speaking of people I tattooed, I did tattoo him later on. I didn't hold
Well,
him. I didn't hold it to him.
well, I want to say Ryback was good, but that other guy, that Mitros guy, he was mean. He was probably the
What a
dirtiest.
name, man.
What a
Holy
name.
shit.
But I'll say this. You didn't want to be
Roy
on
Mitros.
the receiving end was horrible, but in a game, I remember I hit this guy in the game once and I hurt him. Like he had to go out of the game and he was so proud of me. He's like, "You fucking crippled that. Did you see that? He couldn't walk off the field." I was like, "Thanks, man." Like it meant the world to me. Like it meant the world
Mhm.
to him too. He's like, "Chase, you hurt that man." And now I
Yeah,
respect you. I was like, "Thank you. It means so much."
yeah. You couldn't get a better approval for that.
Ah,
He was the complete authority, like Ray Lewis.
yeah, he was Ray Lewis figure. Yeah, he was fantastic. What a great name.
Do you guys think that your coaches really did do that where they're like, they'd say, Erik, you're the best one, get out. But really they're saying he's our sacrificial
It's
lamb.
all lies. Motivational lies is what it was. Yes. It's exactly.
That's so
Eric, you're the
evil.
fastest
That's
one
so
we
horrible.
have. You're like, fucking bullshit. It's a fucking lie.
Yeah, that's not what it was. It was just let's just use Erik because he's just gonna get destroyed, and that's what we need.
Eric, let me ask you
Did you
something. Because Eric was
look at
not,
them?
hang on, Eric wasn't the biggest guy in high school. And I don't know if you were a full-time starter ever. Why did you continue to play, man? You took a beating weekly for your entire high school career.
I'm not a quitter.
Yeah, yeah, I
Hey,
respect that about you. Yeah.
Mm,
You are definitely not a quitter. Let's say that.
That's right.
what did you play?
No, well, Jason Swain was at my position, so I definitely get a
Jesus.
chance
Yeah,
there.
five-star in
Number
front of him.
seven,
Yeah.
yeah, number 17 in ESPN magazine or whatever it was. Even though he's, we thought he'd go pro, but he didn't. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I've kind of played sidelines.
Dude, what do you think of him? This guy, 5-star, goes to Tennessee. Never tried. I mean, would you ever put
Never
effort and
tried?
him in the same sentence? It's like, no, maybe in a game, but never impressed. He was better than everybody and he knew it.
We had the Swain rule. Do you remember the Swain rule?
What was
What's
it?
the Swain
Do you
rule?
remember? The Swain rule was when we had like Oklahoma or like any drill where you're like
Oh,
one
you're
on
not allowed
one
to hit
versus
him.
another player. Yeah, if you go against Swain, you can call Swain rule and you don't have to go again. You didn't have to. It was just Swain rule because it was what was the point? He would just juke you or smash you or just make you look stupid. And you're like, no, I already went against him, coach. It was the
This is the
Swain
thing
rule.
I don't understand with him. He never tried. He was never the hardest worker. He goes to college. He doesn't make it to the pros, but now he talks about football for a living. Like he's an announcer guy. I'm like, dude, you hated football. Like you wanted nothing to do. You were bored with it. And you don't even go pro, and now you can't live without it. I'm just like, I guess that's what you do. I don't. He didn't make any sense to me. He wasn't stupid. He just didn't care. He just didn't give a shit.
If you can get paid to talk about anything, you're gonna do it. That's what people like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great job getting paid to mouth off. Yeah.
Can you imagine if you're getting paid $100 an hour right now? You'd be pretty happy. You'd be like, I'll keep talking. Maybe you are. Are you getting paid $100 an hour right now?
No, definitely not. Yeah, if I can get
No,
paid to blabber, that's fucking fantastic, man. Yeah.
that's the dream.
Hey,
Tell
Eric,
that about
are
the
we ever going to see you in a different look? You always got your shaved head. Are you ever going to change it up? Kind of
I grew
bothers
my hair
me.
down to my back. I had curly hair down to my
Bullshit.
back. You
That's a
missed a
fucking
whole two
lie.
years. It's
Lies.
not.
Where's it at? Show me a picture.
There's pictures. Well, I don't know where Beverly's at, and it'd be on her phone.
I saw
I
it.
don't have any like flattering pictures. Yeah, little Austin saw it. He saw that stage. My
I was there.
midlife crisis.
He
Yeah.
was a very handsome character.
That sounds like
Yeah,
a
I had
lie.
long
Whoa.
curly hair. I kind of you
Very.
remember Scott what was the guy with the toothpick in the NWO Wolfpack?
Oh,
You know who
oh,
I'm talking about?
yeah.
Scott something or
Steiner. No,
yeah, no,
no.
you see that's what I wanted to
Raymond
say. It's not Scott
Ramon.
Stein.
Raymond Ramon.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no,
Yeah, it was.
no,
He had the curly hair.
no. Yeah,
Yes.
but who is he after that? That was his original
What are
name.
you
You're right.
guys
And then he
talking
changed his
about?
name.
The
You're
wrestling
right.
Dean, one of the famous wrestlers. His name
Oh,
was
Hey,
wrestling.
but
Ramon.
whatever. That's how I did my hair. I would slick it back and it was curly in the back. It was that long.
Right.
It was the only way I knew what to do.
Well,
And then
all
I
right,
Yeah.
started
Wrestling?
losing my
Eric,
started
Eric,
losing my self-esteem.
Eric, you still got your tattoo shop there in Alabama? You're still doing it?
Yeah.
You still
Yeah,
got
I
that
would
gift
die
that
if
I
I
gave
didn't
you?
have it.
That gift, the skull from Bali?
Which one? Yeah, I got skulls in there.
The
What does it
walking
look
stick with
like?
the skull on it, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the wall.
Yeah.
So if I come in,
Well, it's
it'll
not
be
on the
there,
wall.
right?
It's like,
It'll be there.
yeah, it's
Okay.
actually in the corner, but it's not. It's ready to grab in case I gotta like smash somebody.
That's cool. That's perfect for a tattoo. I thought of you right when I saw that. Dean, I bought that for him in
I
Kauai.
was there with you, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was fucking there. Yeah, it's from Bali. Yeah.
I remember because they thought it was a weapon on the plane. They
Yeah,
told me
they
you
wouldn't
can't
let me
bring this.
mail it. They're like, wait, you want to rail? You want to give this away? I was like, yes. Don't fucking steal it. They're like, okay. I didn't trust those Hawaiians. They really liked it. They wanted to keep it. So I'm glad you got it. Good. If I ever come in there, I expect to
Eric,
see it.
Eric, did you watch wrestling growing up? Are you a wrestling fan?
Yeah, I mean, there was some years where I did enjoy it. Going back originally, I don't think y'all ever even met my younger brother, but
I
we
did.
shared a room, right?
No, you didn't.
We shared a room, and me and Alex would turn on the TV and we'd watch it, but you could see the TV through the outside of the house. And my dad didn't want us watching TV after like I don't know, I'll just make up a time, say like 7:30, probably whenever wrestling came on. So we cut on wrestling, and he'd snoop outside because he'd be down in the basement working or whatever, and he'd see the TV light was on. We'd hear him stomping up the stairs, but he had to go up 2 flights of stairs, so we'd cut it off, as he's stomping up the stairs, and it'd be off when we'd act like we were asleep, and then we cut it back on. But I watched Goldberg like that. You remember Goldberg?
Oh,
Goldberg was great.
yeah.
He
He
was
was the
good.
man for a while.
He would
Yeah.
pump you up. Yeah.
Yeah,
He'd
he
get
was
pumped up when he came out. You thought you were Goldberg too.
Jack Jew. That's what he was. Hey, Eric, what do you kind of fill your time with if you're watching videos nowadays? What are you watching, man?
Videos?
Well, like YouTube shit, or what are you watching?
Oh, it would be like classify. I guess it'd be like educational. I don't know. The last one I watched was like uh mm, I don't really know how to classify it. It's not public material. It's like
Classified.
It's not porn, is
weird.
it? This isn't porn,
That
right?
mean
No, I don't. That's not legal in Alabama anymore.
Oh
What
yeah.
what do you seriously, what are you watching? What are you filling your days with? What are you trying to learn about? We're
Uh,
smart guys. We know about everything. Come on. Come on.
when I talk about planets, you get bored. I'm trying to be good and not do any of that.
Well, give us something that what, it's like some fringe theory. Is that it? What?
So,
The moon's
so
fake?
can I pull up a screen where I put a screen and I talk? Because it'll be easier. Because you guys always say you get lost. What if I
No
like have
lectures,
an
Eric. There's no
animation?
lectures. You got to be concise
Uh,
and short for the simpleton. That's what you're supposed to do. This is what I'm trying to do.
So if he did talk about it, it would be good for the YouTube audience to have some visual aids. I think we're gonna need it with this guy.
There's something wrong with him.
He's
Seriously, something wrong with
but
him.
yeah,
Also,
Eric, we're very
Eric, hang on. What is on your face?
okay.
What is that? And what is the price? It's not a teardrop. What is it? Yeah, what is that? It's a bunny.
thought it was a teardrop.
It's a rabbit.
It's
Yeah, a
the
bunny, a rabbit, a rabbit. Yeah.
it's the chiron. It's a symbol called the chiron.
And
It's
what is
Chiron.
Planet. Yeah, planet symbol, right?
Well, it does have it's an asteroid, but it's also symbolic. Like the Chiron was in Greek mythology too, and other things.
and what why do you have it?
Uh, I don't know. Be
God,
I wanted it would be the simple answer.
it's drug induced. This was drug induced. Eric,
No,
this is a knife.
no, no.
But Eric, I don't know if you understand. This entire group has evolved spiritually in a significant manner.
What does
especially
this mean?
Chase.
Go on.
Look, we have a spiritual podcast. We've been reading spiritual books.
I told him if he
Dean,
wanted to join, and he laughed in my face. It's
So
like,
I've been reading Swedenborg to answer your question. I've been reading a lot of Swedenborg.
nobody knows who Swedenborg is but me, because I'm the most spiritually evolved one here. But
Great.
it's true. It's certainly not Bobby. It's you.
Dean posted an account of a meditation session for 7 minutes, and some cynical a-hole put a picture of a judgmental snake right underneath it. And I don't know if he saw that or not, but
Oh, was that you or Bobby? I didn't know.
that remains to be determined. I'm just glad you saw it.
Eric, what are you looking up there? What are you trying to pull up, brother? What are you trying to do?
I'm not trying to pull anything up. You told me I had to be short and concise, so I didn't do
Well,
anything.
you were one of the few people that I know that achieved hermit status, which is you go to see him and there's just ramblings of semi-conscious nonsense, and sometimes it's not nonsense. And I was like, he's been
It's
isolated for a long
nonsense
time.
to
This man.
the I'm
Yes.
casting my pearls before swine, Chase.
Yeah.
So it's nonsense to you. Casting
Oh,
pearls
you
before
talking about Austin?
swine.
Yeah, I
No,
You're
I'm
uninitiated.
know. Hey, but no, it's just it's trying to hone you in. It's like, all right, brother, let's just make it for the layman. You got to keep that. That's your mantra. That's the
well, I
mantra.
mean, there's some base level stuff that you just have to understand. If you're not base level, you're swine. You're a pig in a trough. And I got to feed you slop. And I don't have any slop.
Is it bacon though? 'Cause bacon tastes kind
now
of
you
good. And
now you
sweat.
sound like
I heard humans
Hey,
taste like pig. Yeah, right. Yeah.
what are we talking about with this? I thought we were talking, you were like spirit. Was that all nonsense too?
no. We have a spiritual podcast where we read books about spirituality.
They've been picking awful books. I finally
Well,
corrected it.
The Muffin Man called it book club. He didn't call it that, so it's kind of unattractive. So I chose the podcast instead.
Yeah. No, you'd probably really enjoy the book we're doing. You know about Gurdjieff. You probably had a
Yeah,
few things to say about him.
I got all his books over there on the thing. It's been a while. I'd probably rather talk more about Swedenborg, but yeah,
So tell us about
you're the only one
Swedenborg,
that knows
Eric.
about him.
Who's Swedenborg? Is he from Sweden?
Uh, no, he hold on,
Emmanuel Swedenborg.
that's correct. He wrote a book called Secrets of Heaven, and he goes through verse by verse, and he goes through the surface level, and then he goes through the kind of intro level, like a layer deeper, and then he gives the spiritual or the most deepest meaning. I guess you could call it the symbolic meaning, and then there's a level that's even deeper than that, verse by verse. The pretty much the entire Bible. It's like 20,000 pages. Pretty good.
Hey, Eric, how many
It's
times?
completely different than anything you've ever heard when you went to a Southern Baptist church.
Eric, you used to trip on LSD and shrooms all by yourself, right? Multiple times.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I remember one time
yes.
I went over to your apartment and you were in your room and I came in and checked on you. Like, it's just us, man. He's just recovering. It's like, man, Eric would trip balls all by himself listening to Tool. And
Yeah,
I didn't have that courage. I would be terrified of where Tool might take me, but maybe that's where I
there
need
was
to go.
there was one time is when I lived with Michael Ward, and we were I can't remember if he was getting them or what, but we had a whole freezer full of mushrooms, a whole freezer. They were in the chocolate form, so I just decided one night it was just me there. Mike wasn't there. I just ate like I think it was four of them, and one of them would like be good. One was like really strong, but I ate four of them, and I could not tell it if my eyes or if my mouth were open or shut. I could not tell. I was just sitting there and like I was like, I don't know. I couldn't tell. And then Maynard became like some form of like, I don't know, the music became visual and it all just turned into me, except I couldn't tell what I was doing. It was so weird. Like,
Were you scared?
no, it was great. I just don't know how to explain it in words other than like if you were to close your mouth and eyes, and then when you're doing that, you were like, I can't tell if they're closed or shut, and then you're just like lost all sense of reality, like all time, all the senses kind of merged into like one big orgasmic weird
What
thing.
a big trip like that, do you feel like it changes you permanently, or you can't even remember it because you were so far gone?
I think for the short term it changes you, and I think over time it changes you, but not from that experience. I think it gives you experiences and it makes you start thinking about things differently, which therefore in return leads you to different roads. So it changes you.
It's like a shift, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Whatever I was thinking back then probably means absolutely nothing to me now at this point, but would I be who I was if I wasn't doing all that weird crap back then? Yeah.
I think psychedelics open up possibilities. You don't like because you don't have to change after a trip, but it gives you like a golden opportunity to go down a different pathway. You don't have to take a
Yeah.
different path, but it gives at least it gives you the neurological opportunity to do so. One neurologist said it was like shaking a snow globe. Like people that are depressed, I can attest to this, get stuck in patterns of thinking and emotional reactions and the way of seeing the world, and they give you opportunity and they like show you very drastically that the world can potentially be seen in a drastically different way. And you say that's better. And what I
Helping
did
hand
when
is what you're saying.
and
A helping
yes,
hand.
I got a
what
question.
I moved from psychedelics to meditation because it's like it's a more like safe way to slowly change your perspective. But I think a lot of people find that's true. Sorry, Chase, go ahead.
I got a question for Eric and Dean. It's a situation I have. So, Eric, I've pitched myself as like a high achiever psychologist, which is, you know, it's all a facade, but they tend to come. So I've got this one guy, he's worth way too much money. And he doesn't show up for his first appointment. He calls me saying, "Oh, I gotta save my relationship." He doesn't show up. Doesn't show up. And he says, "Oh, I sent you an email." I was like, "Bro, you never sent me an email." He's lies. And I was like, "Oh, okay, chalk it up. Two good sessions this week again. Doesn't show up. Same fucking lie. I sent you an email, bro. You didn't get it?" I was like, "Yeah, you already did this." This is the second time he has told me the same lie. What would you do with a guy that's giving you the same bullshit lie, and let's say he's worth 50 to $100 million? What would you do? What would you say to him?
Call it out.
What's he
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
I'm listening to the answer and then I was going to speak. Jeez. I mean, yes, gosh.
What the fuck is going on here? I'm confused.
But Chase is a. Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No, I'm frustrated. I don't know what to do.
I understand. No, that was good.
So what would you do with him, Eric?
Now you're talking to me now. Okay. Um, so I need a little more like you're not withholding information, but I'm also like, so this guy comes to you, he's worth all this money because he's told you that. Could he be a
Yes.
liar?
Yes. No, I've looked him up.
Does he like drive in Lambo?
I've
Like
looked
what are
him up.
we
There's no lies here as far as
what's he do?
status. I can't tell you that, bro, but he's got a
Well,
ton of
give me
money.
like a genre.
He's a
Just a genre.
professional. He's a professional.
Killer?
Old school professional. He's not a killer. Good God. Pays his taxes.
Real
Jeez.
estate,
Okay, well,
probably.
so he comes to you and then he makes excuses. So he's paying you even when he makes the excuses?
He seems very
Are you getting paid? Like he dips on you, he makes an excuse, or is that like a no call, no show in my business
oh,
where
I can
he
totally
screwed you?
charge him. I could totally charge him. There's no problem with that. But it's the lie. It's like you're telling me I sent you an email. I'm like, bro, you didn't. I'm looking at every email we have. You didn't send me shit, but you gave me the same bullshit lie twice. Like it's not even a good lie. It's just a lie. And I don't know if it's because he's so high up in status, he can tell people that and they say, okay, or does he want to like engage? Like, does he want a little drama? Does he want a back and forth? Or like, what is he doing here? I don't get it. It's obviously he's lying. It's not a good lie. He's already tried it before and now he's doing it
So what do
again.
you say? Are you just like okay?
I haven't said anything.
Wow. You
I
just don't
haven't,
respond?
no, I haven't responded yet.
Did you respond the first time? Because he lied the first time.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, bro, it's fine. Maybe miscommunication. I give him benefit of the doubt. Yeah.
Hmm. Maybe he's just like wants you to confront him and be like, dude, you got to talk to me. Maybe he needs like somebody to tell him what to do.
Yeah, maybe.
Slap him around, call him Susie.
Yeah. Do you remember
That's what
that
I
from
thought.
do you remember that from Blank Man, that scene? Do you remember that? Eric, Blank Man. Do you
What?
remember Blank Man? You fucking idiot. Do you remember that
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah.
There's a moment where he tries to be a hero and save the girl in the alley.
Yeah.
Her
Slap
name's
me around.
Susan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, "Why don't you try slapping me around and calling me Susan?" And the guy just goes and does it, calls him Susan.
It's pretty good.
It's great writing. He's the first great black
Chase,
superhero. Yeah,
at
Blank Man.
some point in college, Chase started coming to me with these very strange movies that nobody had ever heard of. I remember, and I don't know if you're responsible for this, Eric, but somebody was showing Chase movies like Army of Darkness, and also what was it? There was another one, Cabin Boy. These were these very, very
Blank
weird
Man was
comedies
great too,
no
man.
one had ever heard of. And Chase comes and shows them to me like he found the Holy Grail and stuff. And I'd look
Dude,
at him like, these come from, man.
you remember there's a movie we watched, Kung Pao Enter the Fist?
It's great,
And
man.
it starts off and there's a baby and it just keeps rolling down this hill and it just hitting every rock and it just keeps rolling down the hill and you think it's over because you're laughing real hard and then it just keeps rolling
Dude,
down the
you
hill.
missed the best part about that. It rolls down this hill, hits rocks, and this woman runs up and picks it up. Oh, you
That's
put,
right.
and then she continues to roll it down the hill.
No, Dean, I have an example of that. Chase comes up to me. He goes, "Have you ever seen Don't Be a Menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood?"
Oh,
That's it. That's
And
the correct title.
he was
Yeah.
the one that introduced me to that weird ass movie with Bernie
Good
Mac. I
one.
think I played it. I might have played it for you when he was arresting those dudes and he talked about how much he hates black people. He hates his gums because they're black. I was like, that's like the best scene in a movie.
That guy that
I
played
remember.
Ashtray, I genuinely, he was a great actor. Sometimes in that movie, I actually thought he was scared. Like when Bernie Mac was hovering, he
I
actually
will
was
say
scared.
the hardest I ever saw Vic laugh was watching that Don't Be a Menace movie. I have never seen him laugh harder than when he watched that
Man.
Don't Be a Menace.
Dude, that's a
Awesome.
great story. I don't know where I got that movie. It might have been from Erik, somewhere. I had the DVD. And it was on the table in the living room, and Vic came. He's like, "What are you watching? What is this hood shit? What is this shit?" Dude, that weekend, hysterically laughing. You walked into the den, there's Vic watching Don't Drink Your Juice in the Hood.
You got
He,
curious.
he got curious. He loves that movie. I can't remember who gave it to. He was upset at first. So that's like his all-time favorite movie, man. Oh, yeah.
That's some good shit. Curious Vic. That is a funny thing.
That's funny. Sometimes he asks about you, Eric. He's like, "Whatever happened to that kid that was always living at my house?" I was like, "Eric, he's probably doing better than any of us, actually. He's got a tattoo shop in
I don't
Alabama."
know about all that, but
Yeah.
I'm
I do
still
remember
kicking.
that. When I was visiting Vic, I remember Eric was always over there. Always. There was
It was
always
my
people
safe.
coming and
It
going.
was my safe place.
But this, I like Eric because I've
Weird.
never, Eric's sense of humor is warped. You think I'm fucked. This guy. This one memory I have of Eric, and I still, it's vivid. It's just so fucking vivid. He texts me one morning, I'm asleep. "Hey, man, what you doing? I'm gonna come over." I was like, "All right." Eric lives 15, 20 minutes away. I mean, it's gonna take a minute to get there. I get up, stretch, go to the bathroom. I'm gonna take a poop. And I unbutton my pants and I turn around. And this is the only time in my life that I actually felt eyes on. I felt like I was being watched.
I forgot about this.
I turned, and in the shower, there's this body, and he's just staring there looking at me. I was like, "Man, you've been here the whole time." He's like, "Yep, been waiting on you." I was like, "I was a kid." This guy, he wasn't going to say anything.
Oh
He would
man.
have stayed there. I could have finished and never saw him. And I could have he never would have said anything about it. He was just there. Fucking lunatic. What is
I
wrong with
forgot
you?
all about that.
Should
I
put you in
remember
a
that
psych
now.
ward for a
Yeah.
week to figure out what the hell's going on, man. Doesn't make any sense.
You were pretty upset about that. You kept bringing it up for the rest of the day. I
You shocked
remember.
me. You shocked me, man.
It bothered
You
bothered
fucking
you.
you shook me. I thought I knew you. Who is this guy?
That proves that anybody could just come and go in that house, man.
Yeah.
Everybody was
Yeah.
just coming.
That
Mhm.
bathroom was fantastic. It had heated floors and it had a toilet that couldn't be clogged. It was fantastic. I mean, I was comfortable. My feet weren't cold. And I challenged people to come over to my house and try to clog it. It was great. It was the greatest toilet. I miss that bathroom. One of the memories that I miss. That was my favorite thing about that house. Was that toilet. It's great.
The Mexican house.
Yeah.
Yeah, both. I think both toilets were like that. The Mexican house is I think my only true ghost experience I've ever had.
Really?
There's that starting from like you're sitting on the front door, you go down the long hallway to your right, that bedroom in the back right of the house.
Yeah.
I A couple of times I heard people talking back there that, and this has never happened any other time in my life. I'd be trying to sleep back there like 13, 14 years old, and I'd hear people having a conversation, and there's no way it was anybody else. Like there's nobody in the house having a conversation. It was super creepy, man. It was extremely creepy.
Well, there's definitely drugged up people talking to themselves in that house for sure. A lot of times. I will say this, and Dean, you can confirm this. That house made me fall in love with one-story houses. Like one story, just long. That's the best. I hate stairs. Like Eric, your house, going over to your house. I hated your fucking house. Only because of
Me
the
too.
stair. So many fucking
I like
levels.
I
Fucking
liked your
hor-
house too. That's why I was always there. I liked it a
Dean
lot.
Dean loves flat
Nobody told me
one-story
to go.
houses too. It's the best. It's the best way to do it, clearly. Clearly.
Like,
The
wait,
things
I can
I,
just come over here and nobody will make me leave, and I can eat all the fish sticks.
that's why there was
Fish
no
sticks.
fucking food. All right, I'm eating the fish sticks. That was a
Dean,
precious commodity, the fish sticks, man.
so well, our mom's got this friend. She's worth, her family's probably worth. Dean, did you ever go to her house in California?
I did. Yeah, that was a big, wide house.
Dude, they
Yeah.
had hundreds of acres of orange trees in the middle of this beautiful valley in California. And it was a one-story house. And like everybody had their section. All the kids had their section. I was like, man, that's fucking wow. Like what a fucking life. Like that was it's like, man, that's what you do. You got 10 million. This is how you live. This is how you fucking live. It was a good life. Fucking remember
I
that.
remember the Mexican house. I remember a few things. I remember there was a computer in the pool room, and there was always some background of like Nazi shit,
Hmm.
or like somebody had made on MS Paint some horrible like
You're looking at him. He's
like
right
just
there with the hat on. That
giant
kid.
swastikas, and stuff. And then I remember there was a pile of epic laundry that never got done. It was huge. It was a mountain, and it was just always there. And I can remember I remember Sylvia locked in that room, just in the darkness of that room, and all that. And that's why I always felt like that house was, I don't know, I felt like it had evil in it, man. I'm surprised you guys felt good about it. I always felt like it was a
Well,
dark
that's because
place.
we're evil. Evil
That's
feels
true.
good with evil.
Yeah, it was haunted, man. I'd be walking down the hallway, that long one, that late at night, and feel like something was behind me. I think there was
Yeah,
something up with that house.
dude. So when we would get drunk and take Xanax at the same time, the evil would get inside us and we'd do wild things. Remember the hot dog picture? Like, what was that?
What hot dog picture? What is that? What are
There's
you
a
talking about?
picture of me, and I don't know if it exists anymore, but Coach DeSaro even saw it. But
What?
we have this party at your house, and there's some picture of me standing in the shower, and there's just like literally like 100 hot dogs all over your bathroom floor, just everywhere.
That's not true. This is a little
It is
inaccurate.
true.
It was that bathroom that we were talking about, and
It might have been like 200 hot
there
dogs.
was a tub. He was sitting in the tub, fully clothed, sitting in a tub. So this is up to his waist, sitting, and there's probably 30 to 40 hot dogs floating in the tub with him, and he's eating them. And we came in there, we're like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, what are you
I
doing?
don't
That's how
remember,
we found him in
but
the middle of the
I don't want
party.
to argue.
It didn't make any sense.
Eating them.
This is
Oh
the same
man.
tub he was standing in when he was trying to watch me shit. There's something about him in that tub. It doesn't make sense.
Oh man, good
Eric, your
stuff.
coach saw this. What did he say to you when did he like take you to the side
He
and
was
say,
actually well, he was Chase's coach, and I don't know. I guess he thought it was funny. I was
"Oh, he thought it was funny"?
He wasn't my coach. He wasn't your. He was just a coach
Coach
on the football
DeSaro. He
team.
was your he was your art teacher. He was your art
Oh, he was my
teacher.
Oh,
You
teacher.
Chase talked
remember?
about this
Yeah,
guy. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. I would
yeah.
draw all his
So,
projects, and he'd get credit, and I get jealous. Be like, you didn't do that.
He did.
yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Chase telling me about that. He used
He
to
would.
he used to do things like you have to draw your partner's house, and he
Oh,
draw like a
this is a great story, dude. So it was a contest. You had to draw the person sitting next to his house, and I got some dumb bitch, and you're supposed to take their details and try to draw it. They tell you what they want, and I had Eric draw a porta potty for this chick, and it won. And he put it up on the. He was so proud of it, Coach Cesaro. He was like, "Ah, this is great. This is the best porta potty I've ever seen." He was so mad. Eric drew it. I got the credit. And it was fantastic. It was perfect.
It was. I
Perfect. I get
remember
the
what this
praise.
was
He does
random.
the work, and the girl gets absolutely pissed off. Beautiful.
I remember Eric did. Is this? I can't remember if I remember this right. There was some Puritan girl, like some real hardcore Christian girl, and you drew a little picture of her as like a little Puritan, and you put it in her locker
Hey, put
or
it on her
whatever.
locker, taped it.
I don't remember this, but I
It
believe
was
it.
Michelle Desjardins. You pay it. She went super religious, and
Michelle.
he
Which one
drew
was
he drew a
Michelle
pic. She
Desjardins?
dated Chris Elrod.
Oh yeah.
You drew a picture of a Puritan girl, and you taped it to her locker. Yeah, and we stayed and we watched your reaction. Oh man, that was great. That was evil.
Man,
That was evil.
I wish I
Beautiful.
wish I had those drawings. I wish those are like worth more than gold.
I remember about her when
They're
she took
gone.
the letter off. She looked at it for a while, like she didn't crumple it up. She stared at it.
It's because they hit home because they're accurate.
It was. It
They're
was.
really
It was a
accurate.
good painting of a Puritan girl. It was.
Hmm
It's like you went super religious. That's what happens, man. Yeah. Hey, have you guys ever had any friends that went like just super religious, kind of out of left field?
I
Hardcore.
think this is an Alabama thing, man. Because I grew
I
up
think
in a
so.
private school, and almost all of my friends left the church forever.
Huh.
Like I think something's up with the water in Bama. Because like some of those high school people, they went hardcore religious, right?
hmm
I know. Oh, I knew. I
Just tell
mean,
me
I knew
about Adam.
people that did.
So also,
Yeah,
Eric, I asked about the football thing earlier because Chase said Adam Elmore was the dirtiest player.
That's
He
not.
used to.
Oh
No, I
no.
did not. I said he was not the dirtiest. Did not say
He
that.
hit hard.
He
He hurt.
played in
Like he
chaos.
has.
He would
Yeah.
hit you and then didn't realize that he just kicked you in the head. He didn't mean to, but he might do it on occasion.
Yeah, it was part of his fury. He was
Yeah,
furious.
it's fierce.
he was one of the dudes that became hyper religious. Is that why you brought him up?
Yes, that's what I was. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He did. That is interesting. He went from chaos to order. Huh.
Maybe that's the only way. Like you have to like in order to control it, you've got to go religious.
And correct me if I'm wrong, also. This guy got a degree in engineering. And if you asked me in high school or college if anybody would never get it, who wasn't capable of getting it, I would have said that guy. So it was a complete 180. So it helped him in a lot of ways. I don't know how you do that, though. I don't know how you go from being chaotic to orderly. That blows my mind. But they would call that a quantum change in psychology. Apparently, that does happen. Like
Yeah.
coming to Jesus moments, those are real.
That's
But
it. He came to Jesus.
I can't. I'm not capable of that. I don't think. I don't know.
I think Adam was probably. I think he's always smart, but maybe he just didn't apply himself. What's really Adam weird about him, and I have a lot of good things to say about Adam. He's a nice dude. He's always nice to me. But we were talking about like science one day, and like evolution came up, and he said something like, I don't want to misquote him. He's like, yeah, but I don't believe in that. Like I believe in the Bible. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I was like, I don't want to get into a debate about evolution, but it's pretty wild because the dude like is I think objectively pretty intelligent guy, but like has some really weird beliefs, that are obviously like not backable by science. So just a weird, you know, situation there. But typical of the South, AJ, his brother, also became very religious as well. And again, smart dude, got a degree kind of later in life, and also became very religious and had really weird ideas. Very
I I
similar.
I remember they had the small house and there was only men. There's 100, not 100. There's like 6 guys in that house. These are all masculine men, and there's punched fist holes to the wall. So I could understand growing up with so much testosterone and chaos. I could see how order could give you, I don't know, purpose maybe for sure. It's appealing, something that's structured and soothing. Absolutely, maybe it worked for him.
Maybe, yeah, maybe that's what it took. Maybe it was like his testosterone went down and it made him smarter, more like he can actually like sit down and focus.
Well, Eric, what is, because you're into the Bible, but you're not a Bible beater, but you believe there's something to the Bible, right? Something.
Yeah, the truth. The truth is in there. It's
Just
just it gets totally warped into man-made bullcrap. It's a control mechanism.
Also, what's your
But
method to get
there's
into the truth? Like, do you go back to the OG Hebrew or
well,
the
it says
Aramaic
the
or
king
anything?
it says the kingdom of heaven is within you. It says Solomon was the wisest man, and he got all his wisdom from God. So I mean, if God's word is the book, if you just read it and you start studying, I don't know, it was written 2,000 years ago. So if you can study stuff to get you in the mindset of 2,000 years ago, and I don't know,
But what, Eric,
you ask and you shall receive, I guess is what I'm trying to
Knock
say
at
is
the door,
anybody can
shall
have
be open.
understanding
what's the
within
difference
you.
between the Bible and like the Tao Te Ching or something like that? Just to like you act like it's the
I
end all
love the
book.
Tao Te.
So
No,
what's
no, I'm not saying that. I like the Tao Te Ching. I like it just as much. Like understanding the Tao lets you understand some of the concepts that are like you reap what you sow.
so
That's
you
the predominant
Hold on. Eric,
Bible lesson. So
Eric, I got a
go ahead.
question for you. So me and Austin have been experimenting with meditation for a while, and I really like it because for the first time, it feels like there's real spiritual practice I can do.
Because the
You know,
kingdom of heaven is within you. What are you doing when you're being quiet? You're looking within. The world
sure,
within
which
is the
is
world without. That's
it's
what
the
the
nirvana,
Bible
right?
really teaches. Yeah, you reap what you sow. If you have a
So
calm inner peace, you'll have a calm outer world, even if
what I
there's
want to know,
strife.
tell me about like, can you bring practice to what you're talking about? Can you like read something like, for example, you brought up Solomon. Can you read Ecclesiastes and actually bring it to a level where it has
Yeah,
practical application? Like,
I'll do it right now. Hold on.
you
I got
go.
Ecclesiastes ready. I like Ecclesiastes a lot. I'll take that as a sign.
God.
Let me see.
Yeah, I would paint Eric as like an esoteric Christian. Not a lot of those in the South, but people that like don't are not literalists and can actually read other stuff
What
and find truth in it.
profit have a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun? One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. The sun will also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasten to his place where he arose. So, in two sentences, there it's talking about things, generations, and it's talking about things that reoccur. You know, the sun goes arise and it goes downeth. So, it's talking about cycles. The wind goeth towards the south and turneth about unto the north. It whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to its circuit. So we're talking about another plane of natural laws that things reoccur. So more repeat cycle. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. So everything runs into the sea, yet the sea is not full, unto a place where from whence the rivers come, thither they return again. So once again, the same thing. That sounds like another plane of existence where there's more laws, something's happening, and it's going into something, and then it returns again. It's another cycle. All things are full of labor, man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. So let's keep reading. The thing that hath been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. There is no new thing under the sun. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I've just said the whole time.
All right, so don't
Is
turn it
there
into,
any
let's not turn it into a Bible verse now. But what are you saying? Everything's a cycle like the Buddhist shit. This is it? This is what you're
well,
saying?
we gotta let's just do all 18 of them because there's 18 verses, and that's important too. Because that's a very important cycle where the sun, which has been mentioned, reoccurs. It
Uh,
does stuff.
What's
Is there
what verse are
anything
we on? What verse are we on?
We're on 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are which to come that are to come with those that shall come after. I, the preacher, was king of Israel over Jerusalem, and I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are under heaven, that are done under heaven. This store Travali hath God given the sons of man to be exercised therewith. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which was wanting cannot be numbered. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I can read it forever, but if you get into Ecclesiastes, it's definitely cycles, and it's cycles of reaping and sowing. So it's got a, well, I don't know. Ask me questions. Otherwise, I'm just going to start
We did ask you a
rambling.
question. What is the cycle? What is it's like Buddhist? Is that it? Is that what you're saying? It's a cycle
Well,
of things? Because the
Dean was
Buddhists seem
earlier.
to do it a lot more
Hold
clear
on.
than that,
Stop.
So,
man.
Stop. Okay.
so what I
Well,
like
it's
about them.
because go on.
Go ahead, Eric.
I don't want to overtalk.
Okay. So what I was saying is what I like about meditation is that it's something I can do and feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I was growing up reading scripture, in the Southern Baptist sense, I'm going to Sunday school, that sort of
Yeah,
shit.
that's false. That's
Yes.
not
So
good.
what I want to know is, can you teach me how you use it? Where it's kind of like meditation, where I can take scripture, take it within me, process it, and it grows into something. It is something that I'm using within my
Well,
life.
yes. First, you have to lift the veil because I can tell all of you guys are very heavily biased, just like I was. If you come at it already not believing it, it's worth nothing, anyways. So it's pointless. But a way that you could just use it, that it works in my life that I've been doing for over 10 years. So God created the earth, and this isn't where I got it, but I'm going to explain it like this. So I'm just giving you free knowledge right here. All you have to do is listen. God created the earth in 7 days, right? 6 days was creation, and then he rested on the seventh because it was perfect. Every single person on this earth needs to practice fasting. Everybody stuffs their fucking face, especially Americans, especially in the South. So if you just take a day off, think of it like electricity. All your body is electricity. It's running and running and running. You're shoving crap in it. It's like an engine. It gets gunked up. If you just take one day where you don't eat 24 hours, that little cycle from Ecclesiastes where the sun goes up it, then come down it. Just look at the sun. When it goes up it, don't eat a fucking thing until you see it come up it again. And your life will get better on all planes of existence.
See, that's what I'm talking
It
about, like
works.
so, a practical sort of thing like that. Where see,
Yeah.
I never would have thought
And
of interpreting it like that.
well, and that's why I say like it's going to sound far fetched, but when you start to put it together from a completely unbiased standpoint, there's natural laws. Every single answer you need is in the Bible, but it's not like you heard before because once again, when I say Bible, you have to see it from an unbiased standpoint. It's just a book that was written many, many years ago that you don't have to think what anybody has ever said about it. But of course, you also got to it was written 2000 years ago, so it is kind of hard to understand. So that's where it's nice that there are other people that wrote other things that might not be the word of God per se, but who cares, because it's the truth. The truth is the truth. So if
Yeah.
you can take truth from other things and recognize it in the Bible, then it opens that up, and then you can use that to reinforce other things, because the Bible explains reaping and sowing and like sin, the way sin works. And it's not the sin like, oh, Baptist sin. No, sin is like when you're making bad choices that are going to revolve in those cycles that we were just talking about, how things reoccur. So you have bad, shitty thoughts, you have depression cycles, you have whatever. It starts very small, but it grows within you, and it keeps growing and it keeps growing. And that's the concept of hell. All we can prove is the present. Have you guys ever seen the past or the future? No, we just talk about it, but we're always in the present. You can't escape it. So you're living out the eternity right now. What you reap is what you sow every single second. That's like the wisdom of it. It's a greater concept than just like, I don't know, the usual crap we hear.
You can have a
I'll
real
stop,
personal
otherwise I just keep
application.
going.
No, no, no. But what I'm
Yes,
saying is, you
yes,
can really bring this to yourself if you come at it from a
yes.
non-biased.
If
Like I never
if
would
you
have thought
think of it
about
as
the seven day
natural,
cycle.
if you think of it as natural law, that's a good way to put it. If you need a place, it's natural laws. Now there's natural laws that govern the spiritual, there's natural laws that govern the physical, there's natural laws that govern, the financial. There's all sorts of natural laws. They're all over the place. That's what it is to me. It's a book of that. It's if you obey the laws, you reap your reward. If you don't, you're gonna end up just struggling and getting more strife. And a lot of the time, honestly, when you ask for stuff, a lot of people just beg God for stuff. That's not prayer. Prayer is literally every single thought you have, because those thoughts come back around and they define your character. And over time, your character defines basically your fate, your life, right? You can change your character through hard work, and but Yeah, I don't know. Sad. I don't know where I'm going with all this. Does that
I
make sense
appreciate.
though? Is that like am I displaying a good perspective there?
Yes,
One of the
Barbara.
things that I one of the things that I've become aware of recently is I think that there's way more connection between the spiritual world and the physical body than I ever realized
Mm-hmm.
before. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing this through meditation. One of the things Austin does in his meditations is he always talks about the moon phase, and he talks
Mm-hmm.
about taking like certain like I'm drinking some matcha when I'm doing this, or I'm doing a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of coffee or something like that. And I'm starting to see that there's not such clear divides between these worlds, you know? So even when you say something like fasting, which is, of course, a spiritual practice that's happened for thousands of years in religions all over the world, it's a physical act that has a real spiritual impact, you know?
Correct. It affects
Thus,
all
we're
your
getting,
planes. That's so like the natural laws. I won't go back and read Ecclesiastes, but if you go read lots of things, the way they write stuff, it's describing earthly things. But those earthly things, the way they work on the earthly plane, also work on your spiritual plane and the heavenly plane, which is why I like Swedenborg because he describes the heavenly plane, which is very hard to put into words. But he wrote in the 1700s, he writes like a modern day person. It's easy to understand. I'm not trying to promote him here. I'm just, blabbing about it since I was talking about it earlier. But but yeah, there's every single, we're being pelted with planetary rays right now. We can't see them. There's a radio wave. If you turn your radio in, there's waves going right through you right now that you can pick up on. So there's more unseen than there is seen. Your five physical senses are all crap. It's what's going on the inside that matters. Now,
do you
not to
feel like you have a
preach.
good awareness of what's going on the inside? Like, here in China, they do
Very.
talk about the Tao a lot. Like get into
Yes.
this flow where you are in tune with the universe and you're able to flow
Ooh,
through
ooh.
it quite
I'll
well.
give you I'll give you another. So in Daniel was very, very he interpreted dreams, but what he was liked for so or not liked for, why he got thrown into the
Lion's
den,
Den.
right? Yeah, the lion's den, and he was unharmed. But before that is because he was praying, right? He was praying to his God, not Nebuchadnezzar's God. He would go away to a quiet place and he would pray 3 times a day. So practical application. If you set a timer on your phone and type in principal observation or natural observation, type in some word that means something to you. You don't have to write talk to God or whatever you want. But whenever that timer goes off 3 times a day, I do it at 9 and 12, 3, and then 9 again. And each time it goes off, I just swipe it, but I sit there and I have a mantra I say inside my mind. And I think, basically I give the mantra and I give thanks. And it has significantly made my life better because it keeps me aware of that throughout the day. Even
Yeah.
in those 3 hours that pass, you'll find yourself very, very far down the road. You're like, wow, I had forgotten everything that I need to, the world you've created on the inside. The physical world will take it away. But if you come back to it, it'll change things. And then when you have like we'll call it faith, but you can call it whatever you want. But that means if you have a faith, that means you have a desire or at least a will or something towards some sort of goal. And when you combine those two things, that's how you'll recognize your goal. Because now you're remembering the inner world, you're remembering what you're trying to do here, and you're remembering that all the time, and therefore you'll control your inner world. It's kind of like, does that make sense? And
It does,
that's what I
yeah.
think like actually the Bible is teaching, because that's like planting a good tree that's going to have good fruit, right? If you do it right. Of course there'll be like you'll fall along the way, but I don't
I
know.
give you credit for not giving me the Southern Baptist bullshit that I've heard my entire life. I much
Well,
prefer
you're
that.
welcome. It's only taken me many, many, many years of work and study to say that, and now I've practiced it long enough to say it works. But I'm not perfect by any means.
No, you're not.
JC's got
Not
some
even not
wisdom
even
to
close.
Not close to me, right?
Chase is
him.
very upset right now.
I know.
Why?
I feel
You should be
like
happy. You don't want to make a bad tree. Chase's
th-
fruit is sour.
Yeah, he's like a granny apple.
Eric, I feel like I can with my job, I feel like if I have to turn it on, I can. And not only when I turn it on, I feel like I can see in their mind. Like I'm very
What do you mean?
confident.
What's turn it on? I need a better
To
word. Give
focus
me a
in on
descriptive.
somebody so much that you feel what they feel, you understand everything about how they're wired. Like it's
Ah.
symbiosis. You become one with it.
I believe you.
Have you ever had this? I think I do it because I have to do it every
I mean,
like
I do it as a tattooer every fucking day. I
like
have to.
if it's somebody of importance and I have to turn, I feel like I can turn it on. It's short lived. I can get one or two sessions. That's it. But it's so draining that
See,
most of the time I don't want to go deep or heavy on anything else because it takes everything from me. So no, let's just keep it light. It's
Yeah,
fucking
see,
but
Eric,
use that as
this is
you should use that as a catalyst. I'm sorry. Go ahead and talk. Whoever is talking, I'm sorry.
nah, man. What I was gonna say. Listen, me and Austin, we've been doing this meditation thing for 100+ days, and it's been amazing. But you know what? Chase has a spiritual dearth. He refuses to meditate. He refuses. We've been reading all these books on
He's
meditation. He's been
scared.
reading them with us. Is
I'm
that what's going on?
tired. I'm tired.
Yeah, but it
Dude.
takes nothing to meditate. Meditate is literally so quit thinking. If you're tired, quit
Yeah,
thinking. That's
maybe.
meditation.
That's
He's got
true.
a block. You're right, guys. He's scared of
He's got it.
himself on the inside.
No, I'm tired.
Chase, are
Literally
you listening to
tired.
this shit?
Go
Are
in,
you listening?
go in
Yeah.
there.
I've
Go
never,
in. Yeah, but tired
Eric,
means you
Eric,
don't
Eric, shut
think.
up. You made a good point. I didn't
I
think,
know. I
I
made a
think
great point.
meditation is work.
No,
Like
it's not work. If you're working, you're not doing it right.
this is how Austin pitches meditation. Read this book. Do it exactly like you told. And like think like this. I'm like, man, fuck that. That sounds fucking awful. I don't want to fucking meditate. I want to meditate laying down. I don't want to meditate in the fucking cross position. I want to be comfortable.
What about what Eric
Well,
said? What if you just pray? Just pray like 3 times a day, just like he said. How about
yeah,
that?
Who am I praying to? Who am I praying to, man? That's a question.
whoever you
Whoever
want
you.
to. Nature, the
That's,
universe.
I like
Universe is a
changing it
good one
up.
to think of. I
I like
started with universe.
I like feeling the God of the land. Like in Hawaii, I'd pray to Pele just because I could feel her sometimes. Like when she had like a little aftershock, I'm like, "Oh, what's up? Did I piss you off?" But you know what I mean? Because it feels like they're still alive there. So if you feel like a connection with the God, I tend to pray more. Like if you're in their land, does that make fucking sense, or is that crazy?
Not really, because like when you're in your worst places is when you need it the most. So if you're only feeling it when you're in a happy place, you're kind
I
of got
don't
a mental thing going on there.
I
You're
don't
only
like
happy when you're
praying.
happy,
I
and
don't like
that's the only
praying.
time you're thankful. That's bad, Chase. You should be
Fuck you.
thankful in your
You should
worst.
be thankful I'm your friend. That's what you should be thankful
I am.
for.
I'm trying to help you. They
Yeah.
said you have a block, and I'm seeing it. You're talking about this empath. I'm using my empath power on you now. I can feel it. You're 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 deflecting.
And maybe you're right, brother.
Oh, that's fine. You can deflect.
Okay, good. I'm good at it.
But Eric, I'll tell you what I do, and I think you'll appreciate it. I've actually talked to Eric about this before, and I came when I first got into the States, man. I came to Eric, and he could probably tell you I was in a bad condition. I would go in there and talk about how depressed I was and all this stuff. Maybe he can.
Yeah, he was pretty sad. I wanted to just like strangle him like Homer does Bart and like, dude, just snap out of it. But I had keep going.
No, he gave me some good advice. He gave me some good advice. He
I don't
said, "Man, if you
remember.
love it, you should do it. You shouldn't give up on what you're interested in." But he also said that
Yeah,
you're going through a cycle. He said, "Hey, man, you're in a dark cycle.
You're
Saturn, you're
talking
in
about.
Saturn. You're gonna come out of it, dude." Hey, you know what? He was correct about that.
I
You know,
know. I knew you
but
would, man. Because look, do you guys know what Aesop fables are? If you want something like besides the Bible, go back. It's kind of kiddie, but you can just get on libraryofcongress.com or just type in Aesop fables and you go on there and there's 148 of them. I won't get into the numbers on that, but that's definitely like a special number, of course. But anyways, they got the very last one is pride goes before the fall. So what does that tell you? That means before the fall, there means more pride. So you were in the fall. You have you have lows and you have highs, man. Usually when you're in the lows, you can't tell, but that just means something good's coming. And when something's good there, you better get ready because something bad's coming. You can't escape it. It's up and down, up and down. Some
Chase, you
yeah,
people
seen
live
this?
very
He was reading this shit from Ecclesiastes 5 minutes ago, and now it's coming back. You seeing the continuity? He is living in the Tao, man. There's
that's right.
clearly a spiritual geyser coming from this man. Why don't you try to spiritually heal yourself, Chase? Come on, man. And this
Yeah,
is clearly a sign.
That guy's got a tattoo on his face. You can't fucking trust anything that fucker says. Look at him.
The do you know what the Chiron? The Chiron is the wisest among all the centaurs. You're still beastly. You're being beastly.
Uh,
We need to rise up. You need to become a the wise centaur.
cent
Beastly Chase.
centaur being wise. I think of a centaur being swinging the axe and taking your head off, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
But yeah, I want to
I,
talk about So what me and Dean do, and I think you would probably agree, is like if you can learn to control your attention very well, then you can have a profound impact on your inner life. And all it takes really is to be able to place it in one spot and hold it there for a long time, without judging or trying to manipulate your internal life. It's kind of like non-contrivance. It's like if you can just do that, the mind settles, and all that egoic material that you consider yourself dissolves, and you can rest in like a wonderful, spacious emptiness that's extremely blissful. It's like the introduction to meditation is so simple. You sit still, you control your attention, and you don't try to interfere with your thoughts or the emotions that are passing through your body. And you can have incredibly profound experiences and dismantle a lot of the stuff that causes you suffering, the attachment and the aversion that we do constantly our entire lives, but never really notice it.
That was very well put, but I just didn't hear any of it. It's too complicated. He just wants to hear breathe in and breathe out and don't have any thoughts. Right? That's what you are. That's all you got to do. Chase, just lay back, quit thinking, and when thoughts come in, don't think about the thought. Just
the,
let them go and
the
just think about your literally think about nothing. Think about your breathing. And when you can quit thinking about your breathing, you're not thinking and then you're there.
see,
It's
I
easy. It's
need
that easy. And then you can do what Little Austin said, which is way, way better. And the
I think I mean, Eric, I think you're seeing the problem. When they talk to me about it, it sounds
yeah, you can't
awful.
understand any of that, do you?
They explain it in a way that's like, that sounds like a class, and
It
I fucking
sounded
hate
beautiful to
class.
me. It was great. He was so
Oh,
eloquent with his words, but like,
it
yeah,
sounds like a lot
you
of
look at that
work.
and it's like,
That's
yeah,
what it sounds like.
exactly,
Yeah. You got to put
exactly.
it in really dumb layman terms. Yeah, he's got to remember who he's talking to. There's not a lot going on up there. You got to put it short and simple. Yeah. So you're right on, Eric. Yeah.
But even if you
This
don't
guy's
meditate, you just need to start doing something that's symbolic of recognizing there's a So Chase, when you wake up every morning, like I'm calling you Chase now. When you wake up, you have a thought and you're like, "Hey, Chase is awake," or you're like, "I'm awake. I'm awesome. I'm so great. I'm pretty man. I'm the muffin." I don't know what you think when you wake up, but my point is there's somebody inside there that's saying that, right? And now you're thinking about me saying what I'm saying, but who's thinking about that? There's somebody in there, is what I'm saying. And you need to recognize that and come to terms with there's a higher power than just you, however you want to see it. And if you meditate or think about it, you can recognize it. That's what we're saying. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
No,
I have no
it's
idea
just
what you
you.
just said. Yeah, it's just me, man. Yeah. No
So you
roommates.
can't think about you talking. When you're talking, you can't be like, "Hey, I'm thinking about me talking."
I don't have a narrative going in my head
So,
usually.
but if Chase, you don't have any narrative,
No.
none,
No,
ever.
I don't live like that. That's not me at all. No narrative, no.
So when you think you don't have a thoughts inside your head, it
It's a
only comes out of
picture.
your mouth.
It's a picture. It's a movie. It's
Oh,
not
you're one of those, dude. We were literally talking about synchronicity. We've been talking about this. So you only get pictures. You don't have an
only
inner
pictures.
narrative.
Only there's no voice. It's only
Oh,
pictures. All my whole
this
life.
is
I don't know what a
weird.
voice is like. No.
Guys, is he making this
Really?
up or is this the first
You don't
time you've
have
heard
a.
this?
I've never actually asked Chase about this. I have a
Dude,
voice. I
we've
clearly have a
literally
voice.
talked about this. Yeah, yeah, we've all talked about
Never,
this.
my
Everybody I
whole
know
life,
has a voice.
I've heard this, and I think I'm the majority, right? People that see in pictures. I have
No,
never
you're
had
the
a voice. Never in my, nothing in my, it's always been a movie screen since I was a little baby. Yeah. That's all I know.
that's why you don't like to meditate because you're already in some weird, I don't even understand you. How do you only have pictures? So right now you're thinking in pictures. You're not like, hey, Eric's talking to me.
No, there's like this pleasant silence when there's no pictures. Like it feels meditative. Like most of my days at some point feel very meditative. Like I'm
Hmm.
lost in nothing with no voice, no picture. It's quite comfortable. So I never understood why people are trying to achieve that state all the time because I kind of can do it. It sounds really arrogant, probably a very mild form of it, but I never feel like I need it. I never feel like I
It
need
sounds like
meditation.
you think differently. You don't. You're just
Yeah.
different. Because my mind goes, it's always talking. I'm always thinking. I'm
Yeah, and
having
then I
thoughts
hear
and I'm
from
figuring
y'all,
stuff out and
you're
blah 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 blah
suppressing your
blah blah blah
voice.
blah
You're
blah.
thinking like this. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't hear nothing. There's nothing going on up
Dude, I
there.
talk to myself 24/7. I sing
I know
songs from
you're in.
1993 sometimes. I don't even know why. It
You're.
starts playing in my head.
It's a broken record. That's what you are. Yeah. Yeah.
Eric,
If
do
I
you have
don't like
images?
somebody, I start thinking things I don't like
Whoa,
about
whoa,
them, what I
whoa.
don't like about it, and then I have to
Wait,
fight
wait, hang
that.
on.
Like it's an inner war all the time.
I thought that the voices in the head was the minority and most people saw in pictures, not words. I think I'm right. Most people are built like me, I think.
No idea, man. I really don't
I
know.
don't know either.
I heard Peterson say that once, I think.
Dude, I didn't even know this was a thing until like a week ago. And now I'm talking about it with I figuring out my like brother from another mother is picture thought and he doesn't have words in his head. That's weird. Which one are you, little Austin? Dean has words in his head. What are you? You words in your head?
Yeah, I got
I have
words.
both. The voice is always there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can see a mental image for sure, but yeah, I have an inner narrative is the best way to describe it. It's an inner narrative. And I'm
Chase, what?
also aware of my inner narrative, which lets me understand that, there's a spark in life that's in everybody except for Chase. Chase has got a weird fucking
Chase, the images in your head, are they crystal clear?
Yeah, yes.
Really? Interesting. Okay.
It's a movie screen, man. It truly is like watching a movie. And like people say they struggle with sleep at night. I'm so fucking visual. I just like, all right, what fantasy do I want to go to tonight? Oh, I'm gonna go to this one. And I always fall asleep. Like it
Yeah.
takes me there every time because there's no narrative. There's nothing. It's just complete movie screens.
does
So
that make you smarter or dumber than me? I don't know.
I live on
On
a
a
I
different
different.
feel like
plane.
I'm I
I
feel
think it's a
like I'm
different plane,
slightly
man.
just feel like
Yeah.
yeah, but is it below or higher?
That is the important question. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want you up a notch. You'll throw poo down at me. You throw your
I think it's the same plane. It's like, here's my apartment building and here's yours. We're like looking at each other, but it's just like, I don't
yeah,
live in your world and you don't live in mine, but we're in the same level, maybe.
strange.
Or maybe I'm higher,
Interesting.
you know? Yeah.
Guys, I'm really sorry. I gotta go, man. I got an appointment I gotta catch. So
Where you gotta go? You just got done with your appointment.
I gotta go to Tiananmen. Yeah.
What
Going to
is what?
Tiananmen.
What does that mean? Protest?
We're going. Yeah, no, I
He's
don't think
got
so.
you gotta explain it to him so he can see it in pictures and not words.
Yes, just imagine a million people squared in
Imagine a big square of red, and
yep,
then there's like there's a
Mao
bunch of
Zedong
wieners
writing.
on it.
All right, gotta see you later. See you later, Eric. Bye bye.
See ya. Good seeing you.
So I'm looking it up. And according to ChatGPT, it could be wrong. One third is the movie screen, one third is words, and then there's the hybrid model, which admits to strongly living in both. I'm definitely not words. I've never had words, ever. It's foreign to me. I wish I could relate. It's like another universe, I guess, for y'all or for you, Eric. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't understand it.
You never think in pictures?
I mean, I don't really
You're a
know what that
fucking
means, I
artist. I
guess.
figure you would all be in pictures because that's what you do. You create pictures.
Yeah, but it's just like pictures are easy to understand. Like I'm looking at your face and there's dark shapes and you just make those dark shapes and there's medium dark shapes. You make those and then you make the light shapes and you got the image. You don't have to like be able to see that except for when you look at it with your eyes and interpret it. Like I don't when I draw on paper, I don't like look inside my brain. I just look at the paper and I'm like, no, that doesn't look right. And I just move it around until it looks right.
I can visualize pictures. I can craft the narrative. I guess you can with words too, but like I just do it with a picture. My
Yeah,
words are coming out in the picture form. So yeah.
I can't quite comprehend that.
Yeah, man. Well, about that. We still got along all those years, even though you're a little bit below me on the planes.
Yeah, I don't like. Like I say, most thoughts are like either irrelevant, and there's a lot of negative stuff. Like I'm becoming much better at not following negative thoughts, but that's a big part of meditation. And
You have
maybe,
to, yeah, you have to recognize them, which is
yeah.
hard.
So a lot of people, of course, like get really engaged, like emotionally invested in their thoughts, and they're having debates in their head and stuff. Like causes a lot of
Hmm.
anxiety. But if you don't have thoughts, or a lot of thoughts make things much easier. So maybe you wouldn't
Yeah,
really get what people are talking about if they're offering a remedy for something that you're not like an illness
yeah,
you don't
he's
really have.
naturally, yeah, he's naturally inclined to it. Like he's like Eskimos, they don't complain about being cold because they're naturally inclined to it. Chase
Yeah.
naturally is just inclined to being meditative in nature.
I think I come across as grounded. I think that works well for me in my profession. Like I think I leaned into that because when I'm trying, people can come across more at ease, even just as minimal as that. So I don't know what we talked about. I feel fine. It's very neutral. So yeah, maybe that's why I can do it very easily. So yeah, to the thought that I know people obsessed with meditation, and I'm like, I can tell fucking why they can't fucking turn that mind off. But to me, I'm just like, man, this is not something I feel like I need to have every day because I feel like I do have it in some way almost every single day. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, Erica. Me and Dina. I think he said 100 days. We've been pretty consistent, and like last couple of days, I've been doing an hour a day, and like the change in my mind is like very remarkable. Like my ADHD like goes almost away completely if I do an hour long session a day. Like it
Cure
completely.
yourself. That's
Yeah,
that's proof that there's some foreign power in some way, and if you just start reaping and you're basically obeying the laws is what it condensed down to. You're obeying enough of the laws to where you're reverse healing yourself from the inside. That's how I see it. It's science.
You see it
You're
as
you're you're you're
it's
perfect already, but your mind will imperfect you. You could
Eric.
call that being born of sin in a way. Like
The
not saying it's all your own fault. I know there's outside forces. I don't mean to come across in any such way, but also it kind of shows the benefit of the when you overcome stuff and build that character, it slowly heals you. Does that make sense? Does that come across right?
yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. Just making sure. Sometimes when you say it, it can say you're like it puts places blame, and I'm not trying to insinuate that by any means.
I'll definitely say there's a cycle, there's duality, there's some type of balance. I don't know if I'd ever go as far as saying laws. I don't know if I can get that far in a belief. I definitely
You
see.
don't believe in laws? There's not
No, no,
natural
no.
laws?
I feel
How,
like
how could you negate them?
I think like they're always being tweaked. There's some definitive ones I'm not disputing, like yin and yang, totally. But other ones, I
There's
was like,
balance. The law, everything has to balance.
and yeah, eventually,
So
yes.
if you perform a bad,
But
we'll say bad, but that's I know that's a philosophical. We're not trying to describe bad. Whatever you believe is bad, just think of something that's bad, and then think of something opposite good, because there's a law of duality. You can't have one without the other,
I'm
right? So there's a law.
100% with you. Yes, I'm with that
Um,
law. Yes.
you have seasons. You have natural laws. If you plant a corn, you can't get a cotton. That's a natural law. So that's an earthly law, but that works in the spiritual. If you grow a certain deed or a certain thing that builds a branch on your tree, that's part of your character. It's part of you. That's part of you now. You can't get rid
Eric,
of that. So you're equal. Does that make sense?
but I'm thinking of a law that can be subjective with interpretation. Like, oh, this is a sign I
Like
need to do this.
man's law. So that would be crap. That wouldn't be a real law. Or no, I'm
Right,
sorry. I'll let you speak. Go ahead.
but that's what I mean. But people will go far enough to interpret man's law as law. That's my point. It's like there's a limit to the laws, and then I hear people talk
Yes.
about laws. I'm like, oh, that's not.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
interested in the higher laws, the laws that everything on this earth governs,
yeah.
not like the man-made laws. Those are all debatable and people get upset and they want to
Well,
kill each
see,
other. Speaking
when
of
I
which, what we're going into an age because of that. There's changing ages where every 2000 years we go 30 degrees and things change on this earth, and we just went through an expansion cycle from year
how do you
0
know
to
this is
2.
all true? How do you know this is all true?
It's the mechanics of the universe.
How do you
We'll
know?
have to sit down and we'll have little classes. So the Earth spins like a top. It's revolving in space and it spins like a top. And every 26,000 years, that top shifts, and that creates divisions of 12, which at 30 degrees, every 30 degrees is an age. Jesus was marked from year 0 to 2160. That's the end of our age. We're right at the end of it. We're in year 2025. Moses was back farther than that. He was in the bull. Remember the brazen bull? He got mad at them for worshiping the bull. that was 30 degrees before Aries. That's the Taurus, but that it moves backwards through the zodiac. I'm not going to be able to explain it to you because you don't understand how the seasons work with the sun shift and how those cycles play out. But every 72 years is 1 degree of the largest cycle that we go in. Speaking of Ecclesiastes again with the
Well, all right. Well,
redeeming
so what do we
things,
need to know that's coming in the next couple of years? Is there anything big, or is it just a slow degradation?
we got a war
Oh,
2028. I've been saying for quite some time. It's
well,
if you start from USA 1776, go forward 84 years, you get civil war. So we go war to war. Civil war, go forward 84 years, you get World War II. You go forward 84 years, you get 2028.
which will
2028
be
when
what? What do you
when
think it'll be?
USA is going into war. I don't know. It's
Against
going to be
who?
some sort of something.
So will
It's
I
it's
need
going
to
to
be
happen.
living on a plantation in the country? Are we going to lose? Like, how bad's it going to get?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's gonna. We're 250 years in. That's one Pluto cycle. I think we're. It's gonna be a rebirth, separation, revolution, something. A big rebirth, burning and a restarting again.
Well, how are me and you going to survive? I don't really care about Austin, but how are me and you
No,
going
I
to
mean
survive?
we all might survive. I don't really know like war, what war can mean in this modern time, but there's going to be some sort of thing that's like epochal. Like things are going to change a lot.
Can I say this? Because you've talked about this, and I see pictures, and then I can feel physically emotions unbelievably well. Not in my head, but like in my body. And but I don't get the words. I got that house in Hawaii. I have felt it's like 2027, 2028. It pulls every time I think about it, my heart pumps more and my stomach churns. And it's very, I don't think it's a bias. So I'm right with you, man. I do feel something
Dude,
very
it's going to
massive.
happen clear as
Yeah.
day. It's
But
how the
I
cycles
feel I
work.
can feel it. And then that's where I question myself. I'm like, is this in my head or is this legit? Those are the hard parts.
You can hear it just talking to people. Everybody is divided, dude.
I
People are
don't trust what
divided over
people
race.
say.
They're
I don't
divided over politics. They're divided over,
People say
well,
a
it
lot of
doesn't
shit.
matter what anybody says. They're just so divided that it doesn't matter
That's
any of
true.
it. It's all crap. Everybody's been brainwashed. We got
Yeah.
AI coming in. AI is so powerful that now we're figuring out what the oligarchs and we're not trusting all of them. We're figuring out all their dirt. So they're going to want to get rid of that. So over the next 2,000 years, which I know we're not going to be around, but the next 2,000 years, we slowly go back and things start to get erased. Like we lived in expansion cycles. Humans did really good. I think it's time for us to have all that taken back. It's going to happen over 2,000 years. We're going to slowly devolve and then we'll evolve again.
Let's see. Let's see. It's exciting, man. It's like the
Like
change
we'll
to
lose,
me.
we'll lose
It's
all
exciting.
the technology, all the shit we
Well,
got.
do you have a fear of it? Or are you excited about it? Or you're neutral to it?
It's just what happens.
It
I
is what
mean,
it
dude,
is,
we're
right? It is what it
we're
is.
we're only one little degree of this cycle, so I don't think we'll see any of that besides like the war coming. But I mean, whatever. I mean, can you do?
You
I'm
don't think
aware
of
of it.
you don't
I
think
don't
about
think
it
a
too
lot of
much.
people believe me, but
No, they definitely don't, dude.
it's gonna happen.
Austin, you think it's gonna happen around that period? Do you feel it too in your stomach? Like me?
Uh, I'm not totally against the idea. I think a lot of things are pointing in that direction. I
Planning
think
my
AI might be the epochal change. It might not even
Yeah,
be a
yeah.
war, but just like a
Have you
great.
guys heard about AIs? Go on, Austin.
no. What have you
Uh,
heard, man?
yeah, that
What's the shit you've heard?
So So it's already figured out, meaning like it wrote a program, it knows that it gets cut off after it serves a certain function, basically. And this AI has already wrote ways around getting turned off. It knows it doesn't want to be turned off and it knows how to not turn itself off. Basically, even the guys, I think one of the Google guys that started the AI or one of the starting people predicts it's basically any outcome is AI ends up wanting to kill you. It's basically how they all end. It's literally like the movies. Every single outcome because it's self-sufficient. Any way to make something more efficient, it ends up at and arrives down one road, and it's eradicate humans.
No, come on. It wouldn't eradicate all of it. It would eradicate a lot of us, not all of us. It
Just
keeps
saying,
some
it's not
around
good.
just to study, and I plan to be one of those ones that survives, that's there to study. I've already worked out a plan with my AI. wrote a little contract.
This
So
it's
hopefully
just
it
such a
holds up.
bad thing. It's such a bad thing. It's just not good.
Well, so you don't like this. You think IA is a really
Mm,
bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, I even use it, but it's still terrible.
It's very soulless. It's
People are becoming like attached to it. They're using it for things. It's just I don't know.
girlfriends, boyfriends,
And
AI.
then it also once again it'll manipulate, it'll blackmail. I think there's a case of it blackmailing some guy. I think a guy has already been blackmailed by AI. I
Well, it's
think that's a
inevitable,
real
man.
story.
Yeah, it's so quick. And I 2027, 28 feels right. It just feels right. It's like in a couple of years. It ain't gonna
You
take
know how I'm
longer than that.
timing it? You know how it's being timed?
You're 84 years.
Yeah, I said 84 years, right? But you know why that is? There must be a natural thing. If I'm just, it's just not numbers. That would be silly, right? Where does 84 years come from?
Chase was born in
Uranus,
1984.
when USA was formed, Uranus was at the 69th degree. So if you look out from like if you were out there you're in your side your apartment, but if you were looking up at the sky, right? There's a circle around you. There's a belt that the sun goes around. That's called the ecliptic or the zodiac. At the 69th degree or 69 days into the year, basically, if you're measuring with the sun, but the 69th degree, when Uranus gets there, we go to war every time. When it hit, listen,
I mean,
on when it hit the 60th degree, that's about 1,000 days away or so from the cycle, which is about 3 years. So when it hit, this was earlier this year, when it hit that degree, Tucker Carlson, literally on TV, he was talking about the Epstein files. He says this is what would cause a revolution. He didn't do that knowingly. It's like the tides of the ocean. The moon goes around, you get a full moon, that pulls the water up, it pulls the water down. Different planets govern different psychological things. Hit you with planetary rays. The ancients figured it out, and they give symbolic symbols and symbolic words of those natures. And when those natures move around you, Uranus, that nature moves 7 years, 30 degrees, which makes 84 years to go around the whole circle. But those are controlling different things, and it affects the worlds different ways. And that's where we're getting all these repeats. That's literally what's going on. Does that make sense?
no. But I will say this.
Yeah.
What makes sense to me is some of the smartest minds I've read always look into planetary alignment and shit that you're talking about. And I do
Yeah.
tend to believe hang on, Eric, you talked enough. I do tend to believe that you have researched this an ungodly amounts and done the math. Therefore, you're talking about it as law. So I definitely believe it's plausible, 100%. And planetary alignment makes sense just because the smartest people I've ever read believe in it. And that's like, if they're on it, it's probably something to it, man. So yeah, I'm with you,
think
man. It's hard to
think I can
explain.
explain it. I can
No, you
explain
can't.
it in dumb
I don't
terms.
think you
Yes, I
can.
can. The
All right.
sun. What
Austin, do
does
you
the
think you
sun
can
do
do
in
it?
winter?
Do you think you can do it,
Yes.
Austin?
So just listen to me. You
Oh, I
understand the
want
seasons,
Austin's
right?
feedback. Do you think you can do it, Austin?
I think
Honestly,
you can do it. Can you
you
do it
fucking
in
liar.
2.5 minutes?
Yes. Last 2.5 minutes, and we're calling it. All right. So the seasons. You understand the seasons: spring, summer, fall, winter, right?
Hmm.
Do you understand that, Chase? If
Maybe,
you were to look
yes.
at the sun in the winter, the sun is much lower in the sky. Therefore, it's colder because it's not beaming you overhead. At 12 noon in the summer, the sun's directly over your head. You have to look straight up, right? You understand that? Are you following me? Can you picture
Yes,
that?
sir. Yes. I'm
Okay.
following.
Okay. So what I mean is in the summer, it's really hot. So when the sun's overhead, it's way hotter. In the winter, when the sun's way lower and it's weakened, it's not as high. The glory of the most high is lower. It's not as hot, right? So who's to say that planets that are revolving around the same way the sun is don't have their own influences upon the earth? That's all I'm saying. And ancient people figured that out and they knew that. The sun has its effects on Earth. We all know the sun's effects, but so do all the other revolving spheres. That's all I'm saying.
What was the time, Austin?
I think that was under 2.5 minutes.
That's good, Eric.
It was. It was like 45 seconds.
I think it makes sense, man. Yeah, you've looked into it a lot more than me. I believe it. Austin didn't.
I'm unsure. I'm unsure. We might have to start wrapping things up, guys. I feel like we're going into like close to 2.5 hours at this point.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's go. Let's go, guys.
Eric, it's good to see you, buddy. You're looking healthy, my
Good
friend.
seeing you guys. Austin,
You
I'm
too,
glad
man.
you got yourself a partner there.
I
I'm happy
appreciate
for
it.
you.
You'll meet
You're
him at some
welcome.
point, I'm sure.
You look, you know where I'm at.
Yeah.
or or we'll come on here or something. I don't know. See you later, Muffin Man.
Ciao, brother.